Alrighty, I'm actually covering 2 days in this video because I held orders in overnight. So we are actually starting on the 20th of February, and we're looking at the 30-minute chart here. We're at the bottom end of this green dotted line channel that I had drawn, and it's pretty flat right through here. On the short-term chart, it does look like it's gone up and probably will go up to this point. It has been trickling down. You can see the downtrend, the blue line here, but it's also kind of bottomed out here and possibly going to be turning up. So let's see what I do. Okay, I got into a short position here, and I don't think that's all bad. There's a possibility that it could get up to this line here. You can see on the 5-minute chart, though, we've already reached that ceiling, that resistance level. So this is not a bad position. It also matches the highest high over here, the highest peak, and it probably will drop down, to that point right there, which is not a bad trade at all. I do only have one contract open here, which I think was a mistake. Yeah. All right, there we go. I forgot to change the quantity order here. So I got in 2 contracts right there at that price. And looking really good. I put in my exit order right at that support level. Looks like I'm going to get out really quick there. But if you look over here at the 5-minute chart, I wrote about it right here. The MACD looks like it's kind of tipping up. So not sure what it's going to do because the 2 charts are pretty much conflicting. Okay, I went ahead and I did get in another short order here. It kind of bounced up and then it didn't seem to want to go up any further. It kind of dropped down. So I thought, well, I probably could write it down a little bit further. In hindsight, looking at this here, I'm seeing a possible change of direction. I mean, you can't discount the fact that it is downtrending. Then you do want to trade with the trend. However, this looks kind of risky to me. So I am in a short here. Hasn't gone anywhere yet. Hoping it drops, and it looks like it is actually, but it didn't go down very far, and then it started to go up. And I'm hoping that this is the resistance level. That looks promising. Went down a little bit, down a bit further. Doesn't want to go down very far. Like I said, in hindsight, I probably would have gotten into a long here. All right, we got less than 5 minutes to the opening bell. It did drop down a little bit more, and I went ahead and put in an exit order here. It's a couple ticks above, so I'm not sure that it's going to quite take it. Oh, all right, it did. So I made 650 in 2 trades there, and that is with 2 contracts. So, yeah, that's decent, but it's not like overly a lot. Alrighty. Okay, it looks like we've got less than 2 minutes to opening bell. It looks like it might hit a support here pretty soon. This is tipping over. This is the 15-minute chart. That looks like it might have some more momentum to drop. However, the MACD on the short-term charts they're pretty low yet. So not sure about that. Kind of watching. Okay, it did go up a little bit, and then it kind of hesitated. It doesn't want to seem to go up any further, so I did another short here. The 5-minute chart, again, kind of disagrees with what I'm seeing on the 1,000-tick chart here. And that was definitely getting in too soon. It went up to the blue line, and I'm hoping that it will hit that blue line and drop, and it did not. It went above it. So at this point, with that great big green candle and all that bullish momentum right there, I made a mistake, and I should have had a stop order in here or just gotten out right here. Because if I had seen this kind of curve more clearly, I think I would have not been so inclined to do shorts. All right. The MACD does look like it's going to tip over and drop. The price action has dropped a little, but look at this golden cross that's happening with the SMAs. Okay, dropped back down, that's good. And I went ahead and put in a stop order here. So that was very wise. And it took, so now my third trade, I put a lot at risk there. Probably shouldn't have, but I did make a profit. And this is the problem. Normally I would have stopped right there, but I have a dollar amount, a goal amount in my head, what I want to make. And I was like $200 shy of that. And so I did another trade. And it was a long, actually. And after that big red candle, that was pretty risky. But the MACD is pretty low. It hasn't started turning yet, but it's possible that it will soon. I'm kind of doubting my decision here. And lost all my profits. You can see they just went right out the drain, right down the drain. However, the MACD does look like it's going to tip up and go up. And I do have my exit order in right at that resistance level. I lowered it a little bit. It kind of flattened out, which was a comfort. Started to go up. It was hopeful. Hit my resistance level and dropped some more. And I'm a little bit worried now because look at this channel over here. It's definitely broken through that. This little tiny bit of a purple line here is a bigger channel that I'm worried that it's going to drop down to. So I put in the alert level. Let's see, where did I come up with that? I look at the 30-minute chart. Okay, it was right through here. That seemed, and this is also a peak right here. That seemed like that might be a decent support level, and it's kind of right where it's at right now. So I'm really, really hoping that it'll go back up. But it does not want to go up. This all looks like it's bottomed out and maybe turning up, so that's hopeful. Okay, and the 5-minute MACD over here, that's looking hopeful, like it might turn up. Gotten back about half of the profits, and I put in my exit order. Originally, I took it away there. Just one tick. Let me go back to that shape again. I put it one tick above where I had gotten in. So basically, I'm just going to get out, break even on that last trade, which will be an awesome amount of trade for the day. Okay, but it kind of peaked out. I didn't get all the way up to that blue line, which is a huge disappointment, and now it's dropped back down again. So this doesn't look good. Does not look good at all. The MACD looks like it might tip up, but it's really having trouble getting past that gold SMA there. Okay, and I had to go to work, so I put in an alert where I was hoping it would go, and I left my position in. Okay, it's really close. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. What happened back here? Okay, that's what happened. I think I reversed positions and I didn't quite capture it. So it decided to do a short position instead. So I did a trade that made me lose a lot of money, but I also switched directions here. And now it's starting to drop, and I'm hoping to get back some of my, well, some profit anyway. Okay, it's looking good. Now I've made 112, and I went ahead and got out there at 262, and I'm hoping to get into another short if it goes up to this point. I've kind of put my order in ahead of time, which I canceled then, and I'm kind of glad I did. I did get into it up here. It went up a little bit, and I got into a short, and then it dropped, so that's good. At one point there, let me look at that screen again. At one point there, if I'd gotten out right there, I could have ended the day at 537, which wasn't quite what I had made before, but that's still a good day. But I didn't. I waited it out, went back up, and sandwiched it here. And I've got an order in that's basically to get me out at break even, so that didn't make anything on that last trade. Okay, now I switched positions and I'm in a long. here, and I'm still thinking it's going to go up. It still looks like the downward momentum here is slowing down, and everything looks like it's going to tip up. The RSI, the MACD on both the 5-minute and the 15-minute charts. The short-term chart here is not looking like imminently that, but all right. And I keep changing my orders around. I'm never quite sure what I should do or where it's going to go. It did go way up there, which was not that great of a trade right there, and then it dropped back down. And kind of in and out of like break even here. Okay, this does still look like it's going to go up. Still what I'm thinking, so I'm in a long. And it did go up, and I decided not to wait till it got up to that point, but just to get out right here. And I did. So now I'm sitting at 637.50 profit minus commissions, 14 times like 650, something like that. So fair amount of commission cost here. Okay, and then I decided that it was probably going to drop. I don't quite know why I decided that, because I still think it's going to go up. I mean, it is downtrending, but it is short there. And of course, it continued to go up. So this is not looking real good. Did a reverse order, hoping to get in, hope it drops down to that point. I'll get in along again. Raise that up, so I'm actually losing money on this trade here, but switching positions, which I did there. Actually got out altogether at a $312.50 profit so far, and decided, yeah, I really do think it's going to go up, and I've missed a good bit of that leg right there. But here we are. I can try one more time, doing a long position here. Got in, and I'm hoping for a very small amount, but of course it dropped back down and down. And I decided that I was pretty certain it was going to go up, so I left the long position in today, and I put my exit order in at the blue SMA on the 5-minute chart, which also matched with the gold SMA on the 15. Seemed like a pretty good place that it might get to, and if I could get up to that point, I would be happy today. Okay, I came back to it, and it never got up to that point. And here is my long position, and we're down here below it. So I'm sitting at a loss here. Okay, and then this is the next morning. And when I woke up, it had dropped quite a bit. See, I have all of these alerts put in. It never got above that point. It just continued to drop. And so unfortunately, I lost almost $2,000 with that one trade. And so I decided to switch positions at this point. You can see on the 4-hour chart, which is the longest one, I have the channel drawn, the purple channel here, and we are kind of at the bottom of it. We're at a pretty good support level here, but it hasn't decided to stop dropping quite yet. So I did reverse my positions here, and I'm in a short. I did put in a stop order, which got filled. It hit the stop and kicked me out, which lost me another 150. Not a huge big deal. The MACD does look like it's turning over and going down, so I did another short. Got in kind of after the drop had already happened. I put in a stop one tick below where I got in, and it filled, so I basically didn't make any money on that. And this is a residual order, which I canceled. But I did get in a long here at this point, and it looks very similar to what it did yesterday. It looks like it's been downtrending, but we're kind of the downward movement is kind of slowing down a little bit. So it's pretty, I don't know, it's kind of flat too, so not really sure which way it's going. But I'm in a long position, and it's going up, so that's good. Didn't get up very far though. and then drop back down a little bit, hoping for it to get up to that point. It looks like a pretty decent spot. It's a good trade. All right, and it hit it, but I think I chickened out and got out a little bit sooner. And then I got in a short. I don't know exactly where I did that or how. I'm not really sure. Okay, so 79.75. Yeah, I'm not sure what I did there. But I am in a short position here, and now I'm in a long position. I just keep changing my mind. I've got a reverse order put in here. So I'm in a long position, so I'm hoping it's going up. And I decided to change my my main screen to a 2,000 tick chart instead of a 1,000 tick chart. So I'm hoping that will be maybe a little bit more accurate with the MACD and everything. It really depends on what the volume is, how many people are trading this, as to what tick chart is most accurate. And I have in the past traded with a 2,500 tick chart, and then I went down to 1,000, and then I did 1,500, and I'm just going to change it up a little bit and see if I can't get my MACDs to match more what I'm seeing, in the, good places to get in and out. Okay, so I'm in a long position here, and it does not look like it's going well, so it looks like I reversed, and now I'm in a long position again. I keep losing money, so I've lost like $500-600 this morning. Just keep changing my mind about what it's doing. It's been a very difficult morning. Very tricky to play this. It does look like the downward momentum here on the longer term chart is slowing down a little bit, and it's kind of flattened out. This red price line that I drew here, it hasn't quite touched that yet, which is interesting. All right, so I'm in a long position right here, and it's in a loss position. All right, let me back up a little bit so you can catch that. Okay, so what happened this morning then is I basically lost probably $700. And I was looking at this chart here, and I decided, I'm almost certain that it's going to go up. And I knew that there was a Fed meeting coming out at some point today. They were going to have a big talk. And so I decided again to leave my position in while I went to work, and I wasn't watching it, which is really something I shouldn't do. So I did, and I got in at 49.84, and when I got home, this is what had happened. I don't remember the time that was. I think it was 10:22. Okay, so 10:22, that was just at the beginning of the screen here. All right, and we had that big leg up right there before the closing bell, and then it's 1600, 4 o'clock. It went wild. We had big movements within just a few minutes. Within a half an hour, it had dropped down. Let's see, that looks like 50.15 down to like 49.75. So that's a huge movement in a very short period of time. And I had my exit order in at the blue SMA, if you remember right, the blue SMA on this 1 hour chart. And so it did get up to that point. But I think if I had been watching it, I would have freaked out right about here, because it wouldn't have taken, and then it lost a whole big bunch, and then it came right back up again. So that was a pretty wild ride. Got out right there, and it has kind of stabilized a little bit. And so I would say tomorrow is not going to be easy to predict, because it did kind of bounce off the bottom of that channel right there and take a big bullish movement upwards. However, we are sitting at a resistance level, and it is downtrending. So I wouldn't be surprised if it hit it and then dropped and fell to the floor. I also wouldn't be surprised if it went up. So it might be a very difficult trading day tomorrow. So anyway, here's the trades that I made. You can see I did pretty well here. And then I had that problem trade right there. And then I left it in and I'm losing big amounts. Didn't do so well through here. And then I made some great big amounts right here. So, whew, wild ride. So altogether, the last 2 days, I only made 403 bucks. So, you know, at least it was something. But I would give my trading at least a B, maybe a C grade if I was going to grade it. So don't trade like that.